In this lesson, I'd like to talk about group and range. So currently we've got our clip of Dylan in the timeline. As you can see, we have the video and audio attached together. A really simple way of unlinking this is just right clicking on the video and clicking on extract audio. From there, we now have our video and audio on separate timelines. I'll just move Dylan's clip down onto the main track. And if for whatever reason you have a video or audio that is separate to one another and they're not grouped together, what you can basically do is highlight the two of them, right click and click on group. So the shortcut for that is Command G for me. Most likely any of you who are using Windows, it will be Control G. So if I click this, I now have both of them together. I can see on the timeline of the clip and audio the words combo A. This identifies that both of these have been grouped together. So whatever I do to this particular clip, for example trimming or extending the clip, it will happen to both the audio and the video. If for whatever reason I want to keep the audio but I want to trim the video, what you'd have to do is double click on the video, and then from there you can trim this down separately, even though both the video and audio will still remain as a grouped clip. Again, I can do the same with the audio by double clicking on the audio and just dragging the audio down or increasing the audio depending on what I'd like to do. But that essentially allows you to group or pair particular videos and audio together and simultaneously be able to edit them individually if required. Now, there may also come a time where you want to work on a specific range or area of your sequence, and to do this you'll just basically right click anywhere on the timeline and go over to range. You have an in point and out point. On the keyboard it's I and O. So if I go ahead and click on the in point, I now have this area highlighted. I can move my playhead to whatever area of the clip I want as my out point. Again, I can either right click and go to range, or I can hit the alphabet letter O on my keyboard, and there we go. I now have this particular area that is highlighted. This is my range. If I was to export or import, it would only select this particular range, and of course it makes it easier to work with because everything outside of this range has this sort of dull shade applied to it. So that's the lesson on group and range. These two tools come in handy depending on what content you are creating.